Hello, welcome to Retro Cheese Reviews, where I force my friends and family to watch cheesy movies from my childhood. With me today again is my lovely wife, Felicia. Say hi, Felicia.
Hi, Felicia.
Exactly. And today we will be recording and reviewing the childhood classic, Pokémon the First Movie. This is after the wildly successful Game Boy games, the wildly successful TV show, and card game and merchandising empire. They're like, you know what? Let's make a movie, and let's have the balls to just say to call it the first movie, because they fucking know. They know. It's like, we're gonna make like a dozen movies, 6 seasons in a movie. That's
The thing I think that's frustrating is, like, I hate when movies are like, it's the first movie, and it's like, oh, okay. I think the audience kind of got that. I don't know. It seems to be primarily with like children's films. I don't know. That shit is,
I think, yeah, they called it the first movie, but it also, like, it has a second title of, like, Mewtwo's Revenge. I think in Japan it was just called Pokemon, like, Mewtwo's Revenge, but they're like, Americans are really fucking stupid. Let's make sure they know it's a movie.
Yeah.
Especially, like, anime, we didn't really know the whole non canonical thing that they always would do with, anime movies. And, I don't know. We're kind of dumb. So, like,
really stupid.
diving into the Rotten Tomatoes score of this movie. So, this movie came out, it was 1998 for Japan, 1999 for America. 16% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, and 71% for the audience.
And I'm gonna be honest, and I know you're gonna be offended. Those people are fucking morons.
With the critics, I agree.
No, no,
Audience.
Sorry, you turned it on me. No, the critics are the smart people. The audience members, they're kind of dumb. Trev, you're kind of dumb.
No. I disagree with you. I wasn't crazy about the TV series, like, growing up, as weird as that was.
Neither was I.
Getting a little older. I loved the video game. You can see I'm sitting here in my goddamn Lucario hoodie and Lucario t-shirt.
And Trevor is a furry.
Almost 40 years old, and it proves that I'm still obsessed with Pokemon, because Lucario's not even first gen. He's well after my childhood was over. I still...
You plot Lucario.
I hate you. So yeah, like, kind of diving into this movie, the producers were, probably like, listen, we've milked this cash cow for all that it has. And around the time it came out, I believe the second generation of Pokemon came out, which was trash. Gold and Silver were trash. I've also tried playing the remakes. They're trash. So they're like, well, shit, we need to release a movie. What better story than the badass, Pokemon that you can only catch at the very end of the game, Mewtwo? Let's give him a fucking origin. And I've got to say, he is way, way more badass in this movie than he is in the game. Like, I've got, like,
six... Mew or Mewtwo?
Both. I've got, like, 6 freaking Mewtwo's just lined up in my party, and they still get their shit wrecked. Like, I'll have a Pikachu just drop their ass.
You should advertise your collection, by the way. Oh wait, I didn't say that.
My Pokemon collection.
No, you should advertise, like, hey, you want a free Pokemon?
No, like, I'm not gonna give you guys free Pokemons for watching. Yeah. Subscribe, I'll give you free Pokemon. I need subscribers.
There you go. Subscribe to Retro Cheese Review, and Trevor will give you the Pokemon that he may or may not have earned.
I'm not giving you a Mewtwo. I'll give you all, like, freaking one of my 100 Dittos in my Pokemon Home account.
There you go.
And they're just sitting there taking up space.
That's the spirit.
Before we really, really dive in, I want to get kind of our nostalgia rating of what we thought about this in childhood. It was 1999, so I wouldn't call it necessarily childhood at this point. I was in, like, junior high when I started playing Pokemon. It was the only thing I wanted for Christmas. I didn't give a shit if it was red or blue version. I was already a big Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering nerd. I never really got into the card game until I was an adult. And still not really into it. Just got into it because Rob wanted me to get into it, our friend, and he sucks at Pokemon. And we only played a couple times.
You suck at Pokemon.
Yeah, and anyone who played like Magic the Gathering back in the day, and I'm just gonna say this whether you're insulted or not, anyone who like was a competent player at a decent card game just destroys at Pokemon because it is such a freaking simple card game compared to like any card game out there. It's like, you know, playing Pokemon is like playing checkers compared to like Magic the Gathering's chess.
I'm gonna be honest, like I never got into the card game, and I never got into the video games. I tried, and you're gonna hate me for this, and probably a lot of people who are watching this, if they're watching it, are gonna hate me for this. But I think that, I don't know, the stories are boring as shit. That's my opinion. It's kind of the same shit over and over again. I know people go ape shit over that.
It's fair. The story is a little weird too, like with Pokemon, like even getting in the video game, like as a kid. Like it starts off of like we're just gonna grab these, you know, little pocket monsters and force them to fight. It's kind of like when Pokemon does it, it's you know, fighting. Yeah, when Pokemon does it, it's okay. But when I do it, I'm a wanted criminal. I'm like Michael Vick when I force animals to fight. Joking aside, I love animals and I won't force them to fight. I hope you all know that was a joke. But like no. Getting again, like
he forces the cats to fight all the time.
Even getting into the fact that I was in high school by the time I was obsessed with Pokemon. I got the game. My parents didn't initially get me a Game Boy Color because they were sold out. They got me a copy of the game and dug out my older brother's like original Game Boy. So I was that kid that's got like an old dusty Game Boy that sucks down like the AA batteries in a matter of like an hour, trading with the link cable at school while my friends got the fancy Game Boy Colors. Still loved it. Went absolutely apeshit for that game. Played it with my cousin, played it with all my friends. So even being like, I think like probably a freshman in high school or something when this came out. Maybe I was still like late junior high. I don't want to do math. I still went and saw it, even though I wasn't crazy about the series. And as a kid, I loved this movie. It was disjointed like most anime movies. It didn't make a lot of sense. But Mewtwo was so badass, and the messaging, the soundtrack, the fights, all of it was badass. And honestly, like the writing for Mewtwo was really badass. So like as a kid, I would have given this a 4 out of 5 as a kid.
I don't know. I mean, I never saw it as a kid. Well, actually, I think I remember seeing it on video or something like that, and I thought it was dumb. And then I watched the first movie with you last week. I think I'll give it like 1 out of 5 Chimpokemons.
Chimpokemons.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's funny because I one of my friends was like obsessed with Digimon, would tell me like Pokemon's crap, and he made me go see the Digimon movie, and I absolutely hated it.
I mean, it's all fucking stupid.
It was the superhuman samurai cyber squad to Power Rangers of Pokemon, and I know there's these people. Well, the game came first with Digimon. No, screw you.
It's all the same concept at the end of the day. It's just one, I guess, was marketed better, and I guess from just a pure marketing perspective, Pokemon had just cuter draw, essentially. Like they had little Pikachu and Eevee, and people flipped their shit over that. What kid isn't gonna go fucking nuts over that shit?
Yeah, and we could go all day reviewing the video game. That might even be something that we do later. I still play the crap out of those video games. But really, we want to dive into the meat of the movie. So, like, the movie starts off with Ash Ketchum and his friends, the stereotypical anime simp, Brock. Still, it's a kid's show, but they still had to put that in, because anime, you always have to have the simp. And then Misty, who, I don't even know why she's there. She has like a starfish and a stupid duck.
Bait. I hate to say that, but that's exactly
what Felicia. It is. Whoa.
I'm just saying. I mean, look, she's like, what, teenagers? Got like super short shorts? Come on.
The
They know what they're
thing,
doing.
yeah, the thing that doesn't make sense to me with Misty is like she's a gym trainer, so they're all about like type, Pokemon type. She's supposed to only have water Pokemon. So I mean, Psyduck makes a little bit of sense. Like she originally just had a Staryu and a Starmie. That's what she has in the video games, and in the anime she had that. And then Psyduck, that makes sense. He's a water psychic Pokemon. But then she's got like this freaking cracked egg Pokemon from second generation, Togepi.
I don't think it really does anything, does it? Does it just sit there and go? Meh?
It sits there and does full like Ren and Stimpy egg Yokio.
He spoke! He's a genius!
I think the voice for it would have been better if it was that, because it's literally it's a
Togepi.
goddamn cracked egg and just like, I love you, Daddy. Like that's what it says to Misty the whole time with like the egg
Man.
yolk
If
throat.
you guys have not seen that episode, it's pretty fucked up. Egg Yokio.
Yeah, that
Ren
that's
and
from
Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy. That's
Yeah,
even
you
as a
need to- you
kid,
need
that's
to watch
what
it. It's jacked.
that's what Togepi reminded me of. But like, luckily with this movie, Togepi is not widely featured because Pikachu's the goddamn star. Well, in Mewtwo. So the movie kind of starts with kind of the origin of Mewtwo. He's being created in a lab. It's got a G rating, even though like they don't show him kill these people, but like Mewtwo escapes and he fucking kills these people. He like blows up. He goes full like, if you've watched like Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, you got that Sam Raimi scene with Doc Ock just killing all the people in the lab. Like Mewtwo's basically doing that. He's just like Sam Raimi horror movie killing everybody.
You don't see any death. You just see, the island or the lab blowing up, and it's like, I mean, I get that.
Yeah, but you have like a scientist like cowering in fear, being like, "What have we created? Here's the strongest Pokemon ever!" And then they, it's pretty clear that he's just fucking killing them.
It would have been cool if we saw blood and guts.
Yeah, maybe they'll do a remastered version of Pokemon first movie where he just like Mewtwo just uses his psychic powers to just absolutely just start popping people's heads off and stuff.
I hope so.
But he escapes from this, laboratory. He's trying to find a purpose, and then the leader of Team Rocket runs into him, which it's clear from the beginning. Like, the leader of Team Rocket's the one that had him created, but he's being all manipulative, and he's like, I'll show you your troll power. Here's some cool armor, and I'll show you your purpose. And then he's just using him to fight Mewtwo within, like, very quickly. He's like, wait a second, what the fuck are you doing? And he tells this, like, god-level Pokemon that can kill people, like, just by thinking that he's like, you're a Pokemon! You're meant to serve me! You're my slave, goddammit! And, of course, Mewtwo just goes off and just bodies his ass also, and then, leaves. And that's when we kind of get...
I'm going to take over the world now. No.
I'm going to take over the world and make it a better place for cloned Pokemon. I don't
The number of times that they said Pokemon in that movie, I know what they are. I know that the movie is about Pokemon, and I know it's just...
Listen, they have to product place.
What's up?
You have to product place. You say it over and over and over and over again, and eventually kids are going to be like, Pokemon!
When you're thinking about the gravity of the situation, the fact that this fucker is, like, built in a lab, and he's, like, having this existential crisis.
Why am I here? Is there God? Like, his dialogue. Even as a kid, I was just like, God, Mewtwo's fucking emo, man. Why do I exist? There is no God. Like, the dialogue from Mewtwo literally is like that.
And we obviously watched the dub version, which I guess is the one that we grew up with. And holy shit, like not the narration, but the one who did the dub for Mewtwo. Holy fuck, that's overacting. I mean, I know.
Hey, fuck you.
No, fuck you. It sucked.
Well, and you got, I think her name's Veronica Taylor doing Ash Ketchum, and she did a great job.
She's actually solid. Like, she is genuinely a good actor, and I can appreciate the fact that, she did the voice for years, and I would say she was probably arguably the best actor in that movie in regards to dubbing it, because, like, she kind of nailed the essence of Ash Ketchum.
The essence.
If you could nail the essence of
a
character that's that fucking boring.
Well, Yeah, well, like, getting into the plot, you know, it kind of after Mewtwo goes through all this serious shit, which it's funny, like, they show that he was cloned from Mew, this cute little Pokemon, but it's supposed to be the most powerful ancient Pokemon ever. And, like, they cloned him, he's completely different. Like, he's got the cute little, like, you know, ears, but he's got a dump truck ass now. And I really think, like, power-wise, it's like, he's supposed to be a psychic Pokemon, why do you need to make him bigger? And clearly Giovanni is just like, he's like Mew, but better, because he's got an ass on him.
It's got a gargantuan ass.
Yeah. But it kind of cuts to, you know, our heroes, you know, Ash, Misty, you know, and Brock. And it literally starts with like an NPC. Like, he looks like a goddamn NPC. Just going up and like, ha, I want to battle you. You know, and they do a Pokemon battle, and it features, you know, all of his Pokemon. Still unrealistic, because he throws out a rock type, and Pikachu drops him with Thunderbolt, which, as a kid, I even remember being like, that's bullshit! Thunderbolt doesn't work on him! Thunderbolt won't...
It's Pikachu, Trev. I mean, it's
Ash's Pikachu gets fourth wall breaking powers.
That's pretty much, they're like,
unfair.
One of the main characters, don't worry about it, fuck it, just
don't worry about it.
I
get a level 100 Max IV shiny Pikachu, and it gets bodied by like a level 10 Pidgeotto, but Ash's Pikachu, meanwhile, literally has fought Satan.
You know what I don't...
It's not a joke. Like, in the later series, he's fought, like, what's considered God and Satan.
Isn't that most anime series? It's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go on an adventure, and then, like, 50 seasons later, they're trying to kill God.
Yeah. That's like RPGs in general. Can you help me find my wooden spoon I lost in the woods? And 10 levels later, let's fight this interdimensional being that's trying to end all reality.
Well, I mean, you got Chrono Trigger. It's like, oh, I'm gonna save the princess, and then like, oh, we have to stop this being that wants to destroy everything, time and space.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 50 hours in between that, you know.
But you know what I'm saying is, like, between that 1 hour and 50 hours,
Pokemon is even crazier than that, because literally it will be like, hey, you're going to school and you're this little kid that wants to catch, you know, birds, and then later on it's like this, you know, demon from another dimension wants to destroy all life on Earth, and you have to use your electric mouse to stop him.
What I don't understand, and this is going back to the point I was going to make until I was thinking about Chrono Trigger, which is the greatest game ever made, by the way.
Yes.
Why the Pokemon trainers why do they get exhausted when they're battling? They're not battling.
You know,
Pokemon are battling. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's
bitch.
You know, like any great manager would know, it's really tiring yelling at your subordinates.
I guess so. Jesus.
You know, you gotta really train hard with the cardio to be a Pokemon trainer.
I'm so weak. Fuck you. Like, your Pokemon are doing all the work. Eat a dick.
Also, Ash, evolve your fucking Pokemon. You've got a goddamn level 100 squirrel blowing bubbles on a fucking god. Make him a Blastoise, you stupid bitch. Okay,
He's a stupid bitch.
Jesus. Getting back to the movie, but they get an invitation, so Ash does, from what's supposed to be the greatest Pokemon trainer in the entire world, wanting Ash catch him even though he doesn't have proper evolved Pokemon to, like, go to some island. There's, like, a storm that Mewtwo caused that, you know, is supposed to, but all these Pokemon trainers are like, it's dangerous to go, and all these Pokemon trainers are like, don't tell me it's dangerous to go. I'm going to put my Pokemon's life in danger because he's just a fucking pet, and I don't give a fuck about him. And they're, like, riding their Pokemon there. Ash and Misty and Brock, they don't have any Pokemon that can get them there, but suddenly there's Team Rocket disguised as Vikings for some reason are like, we'll give you a lift, and they figure out it's Team Rocket. And when I say Team Rocket, I mean...
I got my own little Pokemon right here.
Oh, yeah,
Frankie brought me a little Pokemon.
This is why I lock them out of the room when I record.
It makes it special for the audience.
Yes. But yeah, they're basically, you know, and it's not the good Team Rocket like Giovanni, because for some reason, Team Rocket not only has, like, the most threatening people in the world that make this god of a Pokemon in a lab, but they also have fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum, like, you know, Jesse and James, which, you know, as they're the Mimsy and whatever, like I'd mentioned in, you know, our last episode.
Shut up, Mimsy.
Yeah, and then they've got, you know,
Oh,
a Meowth.
boy.
They've got a Meowth that for some reason can talk like a human, and they're not like amazed by it. Like no other Meowths can do that, and they've got.
They're like, don't worry about it. Isn't
Yeah.
it like the pendant in his head or something like that?
No, because all of them have that, and it's just a coin. Like all Meowths have
Oh.
that.
He's got that dog in him.
They probably explain it at some point, but I never paid attention.
But whatever.
Like, so, you know, they're all going to this island, and they find out, like, there's a missing nurse, you know, Joy. All Nurse Joys look the same, and they get to the island. Brock's like, I recognize you. You're that specific Nurse Joy. The one that's running it, and, you know, comes to find out she has her brain taken over by Mewtwo. You know, and Mewtwo just launches this evil plan on them that he's, like, got all these cloned Pokemon, and he's gonna clone every Pokemon to make them better, and then he's gonna, like, kill all humans and stuff. And these dumbass Pokemon trainers start trying to battle Mewtwo one Pokemon at a time, like it's a goddamn Pokemon battle. At some point, you know, these, like, god-level dragon Pokemon and stuff are getting bodied, and Ash just stupidly tries to go up and just punch him in the face.
I'm just like, dude, your Pokemon are supposed to do that for you, dumbass. And they're like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like again, you're not doing any of the work. You're just
He tries. He tries. He runs up and tries to punch him with his weak little arms. Pikachu tries to fight him. Pikachu's a mouse. And then Mewtwo, like, does an actual Pokemon battle with them like a trainer. They get their asses kicked. And then he steals all their Pokemon. And, of course, Ash chases down and rescues Pikachu. Destroys, like, the cloning machine, but it's too late. And they do this whole battle where all the cloned Pokemon that are better are fighting the non-cloned. Mew shows up. They're arguing, like, Mewtwo and Mew, to where it's like Mewtwo is like, I am a god, and this is how the world will end. And Mew is literally just like, Mew! And then, like, well, that's really deep, I guess, whatever you said.
It's kind of like that big Doge and little Doge. It's like, when like in the 1960s, I used to eat batter acid, and it's like you got the 2000s kids who are like, oh my god.
Yeah, but someone mentioned something. It's like, it's, you know, just your special powers are why your Pokemon, you know, are better than ours. And he's like, fine, I'll use my psychic powers to block out all of their special powers. And then all of the Pokemon, like the clone and non-clone, just start slapping the shit out of each other and hugging each other. And, like,
it's the stupidest thing ever.
Well, it's funny because, like, they've been battling Pokemon all this time. Like, that's the whole point of this universe. And they, like, throw fire at each other and lightning, but seeing them slap each other, they're like, Pokemon shouldn't be used for fighting, not like this. And it's like, so it's okay when they're, like, setting each other on fire, but bitch slapping, it's like, no, this is wrong.
No, you can't do that. That's not, it's special for the audience.
They're hurting each other. It's like, but, like...
They're always meant to, for fuck's sake, the owners or the trainers, they make them live in a fucking ball.
Yeah, and this is why I never liked the anime, because it ruined my immersion in the game, in which I was just an asshole, like, running my cockfight ring with my Pokemon. That I was like, I would run them ragged until they passed out. I'd be like, you know, you're poisoned and you have to deal with it. I'm not taking you to a Pokemon Center because that's weakness leaving your body, Charizard. Like, I was like a preteen, you know, kid, and that's what I was thinking.
It's like, why do you suddenly have feelings? It's like, do these little creatures have, do they have, like, Stockholm syndrome, where they're just like, oh, I love you?
Well, that's literally what, like, Mewtwo's accusing them of. But what ends up happening is, like, Pikachu refuses to fight. And so does Meowth, like, his duplicate. And the other Pikachu just starts crying, and Meowth has this whole, like, you know, speech that he's like, you know, you're saying that, you know, even though you were born different, you ain't different. It's got a pretty good message to it. And
racism has been solved.
Yeah, Pokemon solved racism and all world problems. I mean, it is kind of it's an anti-racist message from, you know, Japan.
Kinda.
It's kind of, that's what it's saying. It doesn't matter where you're born. It matters, or your upbringing. It just matters who you are now. That's literally like what Mewtwo's saying. And Mewtwo like sees that because
I can say that now.
all because Pikachu refused to fight all Gandhi style. And that's when it makes you cry, because Pikachu's crying, and Pikachu's crying, and Ash is crying, and Mew is crying.
You made her cry. Then I cried. Then Maggie laughed. She's such a little trooper.
Team Rocket's crying. I'm crying. Felicia's looking over at me, being like, "You're a grown
No,
fucking
I'm just
adult. Why
scrolling.
are you crying?"
Scrolling on my phone, I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
And I'm sitting there being like, "Got something in my eye."
It's like, is this movie over yet? I mean, come on.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how the movie ends. Is Mewtwo's like, "Well, it's good now," and then him and all the clone Pokemon just fly off. But here's the great thing, because all anime movies pretty much are never canon, but they knew American audiences were too dumb to realize that, and they would be like later in the anime be like, "Well, why don't they remember meeting Mewtwo?" So Mewtwo conveniently just erases all their fucking memories.
I don't even think it was because of an American audience. That just seems to be a big trope in
Amnesia.
general, and just in media ever.
Yeah. So Mewtwo erases all their memories and leaves with all the clone Pokemon to never be seen again until he's found in my Pokemon Home account from a hacker on eBay that gave him to me. Yeah. That's where all the clone Pokemon went, is some hacker has them on eBay.
Trevor paid like $5 for
Hey, we know that's Mewtwo's running that cloning factory so he can sell Pokemon to people for their Pokemon Home
Are
account.
we gonna get copyright struck?
It's not like we're monetized anyway. Give it another, at this rate, it'll be 10, 20 years before we're monetized anyway, so who cares?
Please subscribe. Trevor needs to buy more hacked Pokemon, and Rob needs new internet because his internet blows. So that's why we need to upgrade our channel. That's why we need more subscribers.
Yes.
Plus we're poor.
Subscribe so that I can use the $6 or whatever it is per 1,000 views to buy I don't know, Pokemon.
There you go.
It's for every 1,000 subscribers, I'll buy another Pokemon from eBay illegally for my Switch game.
There you go. That's the spirit. At least you're honest. And
At least I'm
honesty
honest.
is such a great virtue.
Honest. So that's how the movie ends, though. Mew leaves his cloning factory. Ash didn't have a Master Ball to catch him, apparently, because that would have been funny. Is like he's like this god level Pokemon, and just at the end when he finally realizes, like, we can all live in peace and all that, and then Ash throws a fucking Master Ball and is like, "Hi, caught him, guys!" That would have been a great way to end it.
I was gonna say, when did Master Balls come to play? Were those at the beginning?
Way before that. You get a Master Ball in the first video game.
Okay. I don't think I ever really finished a Pokemon game.
Every single video game, you get one Master Ball, I believe.
You know what I like? I like my little JRPGs, my Ubu RPGs, which technically Pokemon is a JRPG, but
it's a JRPG with a boring story, but literally hundreds of characters to choose from for your lineup.
I can't get into it. I mean, it's like when we went to the Pokemon store in the Tokyo Skytree. I'm like, yeah, I bought a bunch of like little plushes, but I like the quote unquote aesthetic of Pokemon, which I know
everyone loves Pikachu. Nobody uses it. Nobody who actually plays the game seriously uses Pikachu, but everyone loves Pikachu.
Pikachu's adorable, and so is Eevee and Meowth. And
I think I was making
the design of the characters. I think it's a fun universe, but like it's repetitive, and I'm like, I can't do it.
I think I was making a comment while we were watching the movie because Mewtwo's like talking and he's like, "I am Mewtwo," and everyone's like, "Mewtwo," and Pika's like, "Pika," and I'm like, "No, they said Mewtwo, dumbass, not Pika."
Fucking moron! What a stupid bitch.
Yeah, like Pikachu is dumb.
Yeah.
But no, like kind of getting back into like our review of the movie, which we keep derailing, and I think it's been more of a critique on the video games at this point.
I think it's a critique of just the Pokemon universe and
the Pokemon universe in general.
And the fact that Japan seems to have very relaxed rules.
Yeah. The worst thing that they did is get Wizards of the Coast to design their card game and then be like, fuck you, we'll take our IP back. Look it up. That is a true story. That's why if you play the game, it just seems like a watered down version of Magic the Gathering because it was designed by pretty much the same team as Magic the Gathering. Mm-hmm. Fight me. The card game sucks. I have a bunch of the cards, but it's lazy. Okay. And I'll piss more people off. Yu-Gi-Oh! Sucks also.
None of it is good.
Magic the Gathering is the only true card game when it's that type of card game, and everything is just a rip-off of it. So, like, kind of getting back to the movie, the rewatch, I'm going to give it the same rating. I know what it is. It's cheesy. But Mewtwo's speech, despite being a 39-year-old grown man sitting here in a Lucario sweater with the full hood, despite all of that, I still teared up with Mewtwo's speech because I'm lame. The movie was disjointed, but it was still, it's hard to not give it a nostalgia review because the nostalgia comes back, man. It's still real to me, damn it. Pokemon is. It was my childhood. I loved it. I would link trade in school. I would hide under my desk so that the teacher didn't see, and we'd plug in the cable, unplug it really quick to clone our Pokemon. That whole bullshit. That's why I had a Mew before we were supposed to be able to get it in America because my cousin got it from some dude from Japan, and then cloned it over to me.
I feel like you had a very different childhood in regards to what we were into. I used to watch a lot of cartoons, and I used to draw a lot of cartoons, a lot of fan art of just my favorite characters.
Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and Dragon Ball Z were my childhood. Dragon Ball Z was teenage. It was Power Rangers. Power Rangers was really my childhood. I was freaking stupid for it. That kid that screams Power Rangers, Power Rangers. And then ran around, my house acting like I was, knew martial arts and stuff. It's probably why I like doing martial arts now, is so I can be a Power Ranger. Whereas Pokemon, you just captured animals to fight for you, so I don't think I can really reenact that legally. The way that I can reenact Power Rangers by taking, Muay Thai or Taekwondo. Pokemon, if I go around just capturing wild animals, I'll get arrested.
Yeah.
And rats don't actually shock anything. Even if you try to wire them up with batteries, they won't be able to throw electricity out of their cheeks. Trust me.
What if you? Maybe if you gave them some cocaine, they could act like Cocaine Bear, and
There's gonna be like one person who takes this seriously, and then we're gonna get like a bunch of like PETA people in our comments.
You know what? Hey,
that's a great way.
You out. Yeah. Fuck you, PETA. I'm calling you out. You want to come at us? Come on, come at us.
Yeah, that's a great way. That'll be a great way to get subscribers. Be like, yes, I have tried to be a Pokemon master in real life. I captured a rat, hooked a car battery to it, and saw if I could and painted it yellow. I'm gonna quote it out of context. We should make that into a short and just piss a lot of people off. But yeah, that's rewatching. I'm gonna still give it a 4 out of 5, not a 5 out of 5. It's not a perfect movie. It's far from it, but the nostalgia still hits for me, and it is a good movie. It is the second best Pokemon movie. The best is Detective Pikachu.
Now, Detective Pikachu, I fucking love that movie. That movie had no business being as good as it was, and I want to watch it again soon because it's just
that movie is not only too new to review on this channel, but it is too good to review on this channel.
Oh no, I'm not saying we're reviewing it. I just want to watch it because it's just a fun movie.
Yeah, it's the best thing that Ryan Reynolds has ever done.
Now, my rating of this movie is still 0 out of 5 Chin Pokemons.
Yeah. So I
got to buy a Pokemon.
Other than Detective Pikachu, your favorite Pokemon thing is the Chin Pokemon episode of South Park, probably.
Fuck yes.
Got to collect all Chin Pokemon. I've got to collect them all so I can become Royal Crown Chin Master. Oh.
Buy all Chin Pokemon and you will have happy feelings.
I have to become Royal Crown Chin Master.
They need to finally just do a collaboration and release like a Pokemon expansion where you get the Chin Pokemon. And then I'm
That
just sitting
episode was
I'm
so
sitting there doing a
fucking
raid battle against Mewtwo, and I pull out a shoe.
Stop. It's so fucking
Jesus.
stupid. Oh my god.
So yeah,
And you know what? I know that this is completely derailing, but I'm like, one of my favorite segments in that episode is like where they're trying to like show off these new toys to the boys, and you know they show fucking Alabama Man and Wild Wacky Action Bike. It's Wild Wacky Action Bike. It's bike you can't ride. And for some reason, it still crashes and the kid dies.
maybe the South Park movie's old enough that we could review it on this
Oh
channel.
fuck yeah! The South Park movie came out what in 1999.
Again, I think that's too good to review on this channel, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
That
cheesy.
movie,
It's not. That is not cheesy.
No, it's not.
Maybe it is. It's a musical, and that's a special
But
place
it's
in my heart.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, that is all for today. Please like and subscribe. For the love of God, subscribe. Dislike. I don't care.
They need wine.
If you don't like this channel or this video, give us a dislike. I dare you. Dislike this. Leave a comment what the next video you'd like us to
Watch, I'm
record
gonna be the
is.
one dislike.
We're gonna have like 100 dislikes on this video just because of that. Leave a comment of what you want us to review. Leave a comment if you liked this video. Leave a comment if you hated this video. I'll argue with you.
Leave a comment.
I might agree with you.
that Trevor's hoodie is stupid.
My
Even
hoodie is
though I'm
amazing.
the one that bought it for him for I think it was your birthday.
Yes, and I have a Lucario shirt, a Lucario hoodie, and a Lucario doll. The doll's from Japan. All right, well, thank you all again for tuning in. Like and subscribe as I mentioned before, and bye.
Bye bye.